Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to the Europa League preview from Team Bankroll here at SBRpicks.com. It's Alex and Bigman on campus here for SBR Picks. Alex, it's the final day of Europa League for Thursday, December 7th. We finally find out who moves on. I want to welcome you in. How you doing today?
I'm great. Waiting for the Champions League action to start in 1 hour and 15 minutes from now. And I'm really happy this is the last group stage fixtures from Europa League because only the best teams will remain in this competition and we'll have a really good knockout stages in the springtime. Yeah, only the best teams will remain and the bad ones will go home and play their domestic leagues.
Yeah, we were chatting, you and I, and even Martin Green. Martin was supposed to join us, but had a little bit of a timing problem. We were chatting about all the games and how there were so many. This will definitely be cut down after today. Obviously, basically cut in half. So, looking forward to that surely. But this is a pretty lucrative league. Early on it's tough, just with so many teams. But when you get to this stage, and further, there's some lucrative money making opportunities, as we've also noted with Champions League. So you don't forget about Europa League. We'll be here to take you through it the whole way. So, Alex, let's jump into it. What we're going to do basically is we all came up with the games that we're on. We're not on every game, but we'll see at the end if anyone has a question or something. Maybe we can chat about it, maybe late. But let's start off by thanking everyone for joining us. We welcome anyone in that's out there checking us out around the world. We welcome you in. Feel free to say hello on the chat. Jonathan Royston Ford, we're doing great. Hope you're doing well also. And hit the like button for us, please. That is important. And for anyone interested, we did do Champions League. We did that on two previous videos yesterday. Me, Natalie, Flash, and Nigel. We did those. So feel free to take a look over on the SBR YouTube page for those. Let's get into Europa League. Alex, we'll start up with the first match. We'll start with a pick for you from you. You got Apollon Limassol hosting Everton. Everton, the bottom in this group. Apollon struggling a bit as well. Apollon 2.4, Everton 2.9, draw 3.25. What are your thoughts here? Everton playing well in their domestic league, but have really struggled in this competition. Does this translate on the road against Apollon? What do you like here, Alex?
Yeah, Sam Allardyce said that he will not use any of his starting roster because his main focus right now is Premier League. As you said, they are doing well in Premier League, and he declared before the Europa League for all Everton fans not to wait a lot of stuff from this match. Here I am, not waiting anything from Everton. Going Apollon Limassol, draw no bet at 1.8, and also over 2.5 goals in the match, another pick at 1.8. So you should put half of your stake on Apollon draw no bet, half on the over 2.5. And yes, Patrick Farrell, Europa League is for hardcore betters. We are hardcore betters. This is why we are doing Europa League. Yeah, I don't know if you heard Sam Allardyce what he said but he will not play Rooney, he will not play Sigurdsson, he will not play. He had an entire list of players that he will rest for the Merseyside derby from the weekend against Liverpool.
Well, and I think that's a smart idea because they're 10th in the league at this point. They've made a real nice ascension up there, and I don't really see the reasoning on getting anyone hurt. Possibility there. If I'm them, I'd concentrate a little bit more on the FA Cup as well. They have a big game there coming up as well. So yeah, for me, I would agree with your play there. I'm not on this one, but I do understand your reasoning. Another one from you coming up here: Atalanta out of Italy hosting Lyon. Atlanta 2.15, Lyon 3.25, draw at 3.4. This is a pretty interesting group. Both these teams way above everyone else in that group with Apollon and Everton. Really not a ton to play for here. Really just, it's pretty much like a friendly, frankly. I guess Lyon might want to win first place here. They're both tied, but both these teams are moving on. What are your thoughts here in this game, Alex?
Yeah, both are qualified in the knockout stages. We are talking about the same group with Apollon and Everton. Uh, Thank you, Ham Zero, for appreciating our work. Yes, we are here to provide and deliver our best picks. And Dale, yeah, I think that uh, Lyon and Atalanta will not use their first rooster. This is why I think that it will be an open match. Atalanta need 1 point to top the group and qualify from the first spot. Lyon needs to win in case they want to qualify from the first spot. I'm going Alex Classic again in this one. Yeah, the previous game it was 1-1, if I remember correct, away in France. And I think that we can see more goals than than the reverse match. Lyon missed a lot of opportunities in France to win that match, but I think that the Alex Classic here, both into score and the over 2.5 goals, seems like a really good approach.
Yeah, I actually agree a little bit with Dell Four. I could definitely see a draw here, frankly, but I do think there's a slight reason. Maybe Leo wants to win first place, but both teams, like you said, are kind of in a position where the game's meaningless. Neither team has a particularly tough game on the weekend. Leon has Amiens, and Atlanta has Genoa. So yeah, this one's really meaningless. They're just ready to move on here in an easy group. We'll move on here from this prediction. Alex likes the over 2.5, if I'm correct there, in Atalanta Lyon. Let's move on. Pick from Martin here in the Sporting Braga Istanbul Basaksehir game. Istanbul 1.8, Braga 4.33, draw at 3.6. And again, for anyone just letting you know, Martin was going to join us, but he got the times mixed up and he wasn't able to join us. But he's been riding Istanbul Basaksehir throughout this group. I remember back in the summer he was talking about them. He likes the home win here at 1.88 over Sporting Braga, and Braga up at number one in this group, but Istanbul has an opportunity to finish second. It's going to be tough, but they have a reason to win here, and Braga, I'd imagine, won't be too. Uh, you know, they're they're in moving on regardless. So I don't think they have a ton of reasoning to care much for this game. That's the big thing about these late games, the last day. You really have to do your homework on who needs the game and who doesn't. Braga doesn't need the game. Istanbul does. They're at home. Turkey, a
No,
tough place to play. I definitely like his play at 1.88 there.
not only that, big man, but Braga is missing five key players, all with injuries. So I think that is a really good approach to play a home win, as Braga is already qualified. Doesn't matter if they lose this game because Ludogorets are second in the standings, 2 points above them. So I think that is a really good approach to play Başakşehir here.
Yeah, I actually, this is probably gonna be my first play. I like this one as well. Good minds think alike here between me and Martin. I agree. 1.88 looks like a really nice play here on the home win with Istanbul and Braga. Next one, a pick that both Martin and myself are on. We have Arsenal hosting Bate Borisov. Arsenal 1.4, Bate 6.5, draw at 5. Arsenal is um, this game is meaningless for them. They are through. They were through weeks ago. I don't think anyone really thought any of these teams really put in much of a fight. Arsenal, even with the final day, no one can catch them. They're first place. No one's going to catch them. Bate's in the fourth spot, but you look at the second, third, and fourth teams in this group. Second place is up for grabs here, and I think Bate Borisov is getting a very nice price here to win the match. I don't know if they'll win. It's tough to go into the Emirates and win a game, but I don't hate the win here. I'll take a small punt at the sixth price, but I'm actually going to go with my official bet going with I'm going to take Bate at plus 1.5 goals at 1.71. As we know, Arsenal will go with a B team here. I'm sure guys like Eddie and Ketia will get a go here. The second team for Arsenal is pretty decent. Theo Walcott and Jack Wilshere, but Bate, lot to play for here. Really need to go for it. Could be an open match as well, probably. But I'm going to go with Bate at plus 1.5. I can get that at 1.71 at where is that at? At 888 Sport, one of our sponsors. So I'm going to go with that here. Alex, do you have any quick thoughts on this game?
Yeah, for sure, Arsenal will play their second squad. I don't know what to say about this second Arsenal squad and about Bate Borisov. Really, it's a pass for me. I will cheer for you guys for your tips there. Theo Walcott will leave Arsenal for sure in the January transfer window. So that's another news for the Arsenal fans.
Yeah, and actually, Martin does have a pick for this game. I want to share this one. Actually, an interesting market here. He's going through a scorer market. He's looking at Theo Walcott to score anytime at 2.45. Theo Walcott's been a polarizing figure at Arsenal. You've been there many years. Definitely, he's been on the shit list for Arsenal fans, but he will get a go in this game. I actually don't hate that play. Actually, I do think Arsenal will score, and I can imagine it could be Theo Walcott here. Walcott always has in these kind of games an opportunity to score goals. I think this is
Giroud.
honestly a 2-1. Yeah, Giroud as also. Giroud's injured though, isn't he? Why do I think he's? Why was that?
Uh,
Why would I think he's injured?
I don't know. Maybe you read that on Twitter, but I didn't saw that coming.
Yeah, I might be wrong there, but obviously he's taking a shot here. Scoring bets never guaranteed, but I do like the play here, getting a little money back. He likes Theo Walker to score anytime. For me though, I'm going to go Bate at plus 1.5. I think they have really this a pretty good group here in front of them. I mean, Cologne stinks. Red Star, you never know with them. So I think Bate will take the opportunity. I'm going to go plus 1.5. Let's move on here to the next one. This is both me and Martin. Dynamo Kiev 1.6 against Partizan Belgrade. Belgrade 5.5 draw 3.8. Let's take a look at what Martin likes here. He likes Dynamo Kiev at 1.65. And with it being low, I can agree it's low, but I got to agree with him here. I think Partizan's a good side, but I'm looking to only back them at home. Dynamo Kiev can wrap up the group here with a win. Um, you know, a win would definitely wrap it up. I think they'll definitely and are the better side here. They're host in this game. I agree with the play here, even though it is a little low. I'm going to agree with Martin here. Dynamo Kiev, the Ukrainian side, to beat Belgrade at 1.65. Any quick thoughts, Alex, on that one?
Uh, given the reverse match when Dynamo Kiev won 3-2, I don't think that they need. I think that they need 1 point only to top the group and to go further from the first place. But Partizan will open up because in case of Skanderbeu winning against Young Boys, they will be afraid not to lose the second place, and they will leave gaps in their defense. And some Brazilian from Dynamo Kiev players will kill them on the break.
Yeah, no, it could be a very open match. Good call there by you. That might even be the better play here. Maybe a Botis to score in this game over 2.5. I'm going to share two other bets here from Martin, then we'll get to the rest of our games. Martin also likes the Slavia Prague Astana game. He likes Slavia Prague minus 1.75. Astana always a team you want to back at home. On the road, I'm not interested in them. He likes Slavia Prague minus 1.75. And he also likes Marseille minus one on the Asian handicap, a 2.06 against Salzburg out of Austria. Marseille, an okay Ligue 1 side. They are second in this group, and they're really challenging to kind of hold off Konyaspor out of Turkey. Could see a running effort by them. Salzburg can't be caught. We'll probably see a second team. So he's laying the goal there and thinking that Marseille will have a full side when Salzburg will just have kind of half a side. So those are his plays. Let's move on, Alex. I'm going to go with this one on my own. Young Boys hosting Skenderbeu out of Albania. Young Boys in Switzerland. Young Boys 1.53. Skenderbeu 6. Draw 4. This is the oddest number to me on the board. I don't understand this. price at all. Young boys are the worst team in this group. They have no shot to even get second, let alone first. They're down in 3 points. The only saving grace they have here is that they're hosting this match. But Skender Bayo has an opportunity here to grab that second spot. It's unlikely, but there's a reason for them to care in this game. And getting six, I think that's worth a play here. However, my full play is going to be on Skender Bayu +1 at 1.9. I think that's an absolute moral, to be honest. I could at worst see it push. I can't see them losing by more than 2 goals. Why is this price, Alex, so low for young boys? They're getting a lot of respect for just being at home here.
I don't know why is this price, but this is the matches that we should look in the last European fixtures because exactly as you said, young boys have nothing to play for. Skanderbeu will fight for the second spot despite 90% not being able to secure it, but they will fight for it. As an Albanian team, they are always fighting. Doesn't matter if they can do it or not. Also, the double chance looks amazing there. Also, the +1 looks amazing. So I don't see young boys winning. They are winless in this group, 3 draws and 2 lost matches. Yes, Skanderbeu is a poor side on the road. They lost both games on the road at least 2 goals margin. But I think that this is the shot to take a bet with them, because if there is something to fight for, they have something to fight for, not the young boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you 100%. This is a ridiculous price. It makes no sense. And I will say this, guys, if you're maybe a beginner soccer bettor or you don't know much about Europa League, this is the day where you want to obviously take the handicaps and get in your really solid bets on your 1 unit plays. But I would definitely recommend, putting a stake on the app outright win as well. You're getting some really great prices here. I mean, you can get 7 with Bate, 6 with Skanderbeu. If one of these hits, I mean, you're going to be in a nice spot here with this pricing. So, I would definitely you don't want to go heavy on the outrights, but taking a stake, maybe a half stake or a quarter stake, and throwing them on the outright wins. I mean, you hit one of these, like I said, you're going to be in a really good spot. I mean, think if you put a half a unit on Bate and it hits. I mean, you're making a really nice 3.5, 4 units back on some of these plays. So that's something I'd recommend and what I'll be doing. So I'm definitely on Bate +1.5 and Skenderbeo +1, and I'll also take a half unit shot with Bate on the money line and Skenderbeo on the money line. Let's move on, Alex, to another game here. This is a game from you. Hoffenheim hosting Ludogorets out of Bulgaria. Hoffenheim 2.5, Ludogorets 2.7, draw 3.4. Hoffenheim, bottom of the group. Very surprising, but they're a tough team at home. But I'd have to imagine they're concentrating on Bundesliga. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, first of all, let me say to Patrick that the one that he found +1 2.62 on Betfair, that is European handicap. Bigman was talking about the Asian handicap +1.
Yes.
So the European handicap it works like that: +1. In case of a draw, you lost your money. In the Asian
Right.
handicap at +1, in case of a draw, is a push, is a void. Arian Costa, we talked about the Champions League fixtures yesterday, as Big Man mentioned at the start of the show. So if you want to check those, you can find the videos on our YouTube channel, SBR YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and you will catch us every day here previewing the top 5 leagues from Europe, and not only that, Champions League, Europa League, and so on. And regarding the match, Hoffenheim versus Ludogorets. Ludogorets second in the standings. With 1 point, they are through the next stage. But I think that the German teams, it doesn't matter that they don't have nothing to fight for. They will always fight for their pride. And I don't think that any of the managers will rest in the Champions League, might be with Bayern Munich, but with the small teams like Hoffenheim or Leipzig or stuff like that, they will fight for their pride. And most of all, they are playing in front of their supporters. They will try to give them something to cheer for. I'm not touching the winners market here, but I think that it will be an open match. Ludogorets, if we will see a really fast goal in the match, I think that easily over 2.5 at 1.8. I will push- Sorry,
Looks like we're having
you hear me?
looks like we're having a little. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty. You cut out there a little bit.
So okay, so over 2.5 at 1.8, my top tip for this match.
Yeah, it's interesting with Hoffenheim. They're at the bottom of this table, but they've scored or 7 goals. So they've just let a lot in. So I actually like that play. Looks like a pretty good one. We welcome everyone out there. We are talking Europa League final tips for the matches on Thursday, December 2nd. We welcome you in. Let's keep it going here, Alex. In Europa League, another match from you, and this is a common theme with you. You like to talk about Style Bucharest, who is hosting Lugano. Lugano 7, Stal Bucharest just 1.44, draw at 4.3. You look at this group, Stal Bucharest is up top. They can be caught, though, by Victoria Plzen, but both these teams are in. Lugano does have a small outside shot. They can catch Plzen. Are you going to take a shot here with Lugano? What do you think, Alex?
No, I'm not. I know everything that is happening at Steaua Bucharest, and I know that they will play their first 11. They rested some players against Plizen in the last fixtures, and they lost to zero. But they lost a lot of scoring opportunities, not being able to find the back of the net. But now they will play in front of their supporters. Lugano have goals in them. They have a decent team, and I think that they will contribute on the scoreboard. So I will not touch the winners market. Steaua is top of the group right now. They can lose this spot in case of a draw and pleasant win against Hapoel Beersheva. I think the Steaua will win, but for better price, we will go over 2.5 at 1.72 because I think that Lugano will contribute at a winner tip.
Like it. We'll stay in Group J and head over to Zoria hosting Bilbao out of Spain. Bilbao 1.8, Zoria 4.5. Zoria is in Ukraine, by the way, if anyone's interested. Draw at 3.5. Zoria, actually doing a nice job in this competition. Who would have thought, Alex, that Osterstoons and Zoria would be, first and third? If you would have asked me, I would have said it'd be Bilbao and Hertha Berlin battling it out, but Hertha cannot catch anyone. They're dead last. What do you like here? Zoria, Bilbao, Zoria with a shot for second place. Can they get it at home? What a massive win this would be for them.
Uh, yeah, against all the odds, Hertha Berlin and Bilbao are struggling in that group, and finally they can both be out in the last match. Hertha Berlin doesn't have any chance to go further, but Bilbao still have chances. And what a great comeback from Bilbao against Hertha Berlin last round when they came from 2-0 down, if I remember correct, to win their home match 3-2. Not a lot of not a lot of value on the winners market, but a lot of value on the goals market because Zoria will be eager to attack and because they need a win. Bilbao is not the best defense, and Zoria playing at home in front of the crazy supporters who will cheer for them and push them from behind to win the match. I think that they will do a really good job. 2.06 for over 2.5 goals in the match seems incredible from my point of view.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there for sure. I mean, Zoria, this should be a great atmosphere. Ukraine's a tough place to play too. You know what, Alex? This is one I'm gonna take a shot with. And again, guys, these are all of our personal bets. Obviously bet with your what your bankroll can afford you. But I think you have a decent opportunity here to make some money with Zoria. I mean, they're not a team that's known. They're not gonna, they could be though that Apoel Nicosia of the Europa League. Zoria is not a team that you would think. I mean, they've only scored 3 goals in this competition, which is concerning. But who's to say they won't build off that support at home? I'm going to take a small shot here with Zoria at 4.5. I could probably get a better price. I'm going to take a look, but they are the one team that you got to really be excited about here tomorrow, facing a team to basically move on to the next round. So that stadium should be buzzing for this one. Let's move on here. We got a couple more to go here. One more from Alex on his own. FC Copenhagen, 1.66, hosting Sheriff Tiraspol out of Moldova, 5.5 draw at 3.3. You look at this group here. Tiraspol, how about this? They're leading this group. If you would have came to me and said Sheriff Tiraspol out of Moldova was leading this group, I would have said you're crazy. But Copenhagen is in reach. They're only a couple points back. Really need second place. Are you taking Copenhagen here at home, or is this price too low, Alex?
Copenhagen at 1.7. Yeah, I think that it's a really good bet for Onaka. Also on its own, but I think that Sheriff Tiraspol is there with big, huge luck. Scored just 4 goals. They are there just because their defense is really good. Was really good. But I think that Copenhagen are the better side and they should easily win this match. I'm going only for the straight win. Who has some balls like we say, we can go also with the minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap, but I think that we should go for the straight win because 1.7 has big value for me there.
Yeah, this one's interesting. Winded Nil doesn't look too bad either. I mean, Sheriff Tiraspol is a team that they don't score a ton of goals. They've only scored 4 goals in this group. I could see Copenhagen really tying down their defense and really making it difficult. Sheriff might just try to defend. This could be a 1-0 kind of game. Let's finish it out, Alex, with one
Sorry,
more here.
sorry, sorry, big man. Just wanted to interrupt you. I want you to answer to Ryan if you will be so. I think that you will be happy to answer to Ryan. He says, "Why is Germany the favorite to win World Cup?"
Um, well, Ryan, because they have the best team. I mean, what do you mean? Why are they the favorite? Are you just messing around or being sarcastic or I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, I guess he must not be a fan of Germany. He must like another team. But so is Germany. They won the Confederations Cup with their second best team. What are you talking about, Ryan? I mean, Ryan, I'm not sure if you watched Confederations Cup, but most of the first team didn't play. They weren't even selected. All these teams have a lot of really good players, whether it's A or B sides, but Germany's favorites because they're the best team in the world. That's why. France hasn't won anything lately. That's why. Ryan, I mean, wake up. Uh, Look, we think France is very good. I don't think any of us will disagree with you, Ryan. But um, I'm not sure if you're asking us jokingly or you're serious. Because they're the best team, and that's why. And they have an A and B side that when you mix them together, they're the best team. But we'll see. It's a long way to go. But if you're asking why they're a favorite, because they're the best. And FIFA agrees. Want to thank Arian Costa. Very nice thought. Thank you, man. I'm not Jesus at all. That's a very high praise, but I appreciate it. Nonetheless, I try to do some good things. I appreciate that. We also have a lot of people checking in. We want to thank all of you guys, as always, even you, Ryan. Let us know if you're serious with that or you're just trying to kick up here. I get the feeling you're just trying to kick up here, Ryan, but we'll get back to him. Alex, we got one more game, and I got to tell you, it's probably my favorite game of the week in Europa League, and it's kind of why I saved it to the end here. You got FC Cologne heading on the road to take on big bad boys Red Star Belgrade. As we know, Alex, the Serbians are tough cookies, and this is a tough, tough place to play. Red Star Belgrade has everything in front of them here. Okay, they have a real opportunity to stay in second place. Both these teams are tied. A draw here will do it, but I got the feeling Red Star is going to go for the win here. Cologne is a bad side. Beating Arsenal, I think, was just because Arsenal wasn't playing anybody. Cologne is in relegation down in Bundesliga, and they're not getting out of it. Cologne is a bad side. They just sacked Peter Stroger. Give me Red Star Belgrade at 2.15. I love this play.
Yeah, I'm going for the same thing. Yes, you mentioned that they sacked their manager and they brought the under 19 manager to take the squad till the winter break. I think that they are missing also a number of important players, six or seven, half of their first roster, and I think that Red Star Belgrade will join the first place. Who is on the first place here? Who's on the first place here?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah, they will join Arsenal in the knockout stages. 2.2, I found the best odds on the market. So search for the best odds on the market. Bigman said 2.15. At Betfair, I think that is 2.2, if I remember correct. I think that, yeah, Restar Belgrade, I'm on the same page to win at home.
I also, if if you're interested, I mean, I think 3.5 win to nil with Red Stars looks beautiful. Also, Red Stars a really good defensive side. I mean, they went to the Emirates and held them, I believe, scoreless in that game. If you remember, or they got a late goal. I think Arsenal might have, but they've been very good defensively. They're a defend. Honestly, I'm a little concerned. I I could think we could see a draw maybe here. A draw would be enough for Red Star to move on. I could see 0-0, frankly, but I hope that Red Star goes for it, gets a goal here, and beats the Cologne side. Cologne sucks. So, Alex, let's do through a best bet or two maybe here. I'm going to give out Istanbul Basaksehir at 1.88, and I'm going to go with Red Star 2.15. I also like Bate Borisov at plus 1.5 at 1.71 and Skender Bay at was plus 1.9. I'll take a shots with some money lines there as well. What are some of your favorite plays here?
Uh, yes, Jonathan. Cologne, FC Köln can qualify. They are equal on points there, but they need a win in order to qualify against Red Star Belgrade away. My top tips for this final round are Copenhagen to win against Sheriff Tiraspol at 1.7 and Zoria Lugansk against Bilbao over 2.5 goals at 2.06.
Ryan came back with a comment on why he likes France to win the World Cup. He says, depth wins these tournaments, in my opinion. Well, Ryan, I'm not sure. Again, did you see the Confederations Cup? Because I saw a lot of B and C team players out there playing, and they were still able to beat everyone else. So as far as depth concerned, I would go out and say that I think Germany has plenty of that as well. So, but again, it seems like you're pretty
Yeah,
straightforward in
huge
your
depth.
opinion, which is fine. Other than that, we appreciate all the commentary. Appreciate all the questions, comments. Always great listeners on here. And if I were you, Ryan, definitely take a shot with France. Get a good price. We'll see who comes to play in June. It will be fun. We're looking forward to here at SBRpicks.com. As always, this has been Europa League. We'll be back next time when this competition gets commenced. We'll go through our predictions at that point. Alex, you and I have bombarded through Europa League. It's been fun. We look forward to the next round of tips. As always, everyone have a great day. Good luck. And Alex, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for watching.